This is the Wally Show. Welcome to the Wally Show precast, postcast, podcast, cast, every kind of cast that we got going on. Before we get to that stuff, I have something that I need to do, Becca, here, and maybe you can help me with this. DJ from Beaverton, Oregon, said, hey, is there any way that you and Becca or Zach could wish my sister, Shayla, happy birthday today? He wanted to surprise her because she's a potty.
Does that mean we get to sing?
Well, we could sing because that's what we do, but he actually said, I got a challenge for you. You get 1 point if one of you can wish her happy birthday, Shayla, happy birthday, in one of your favorite impressions. So that would be kind of delightful. Okay. 2 points if you can do it in German because you love speaking German. German's not going to happen. I have no idea. I just know how to sound angry. Liechtenstein.
I think like ich liebe is like I love you or
sure.
I love no. Okay.
That's good. So maybe we should do our impressions of wishing her a happy birthday. You and I will do our impressions. What would you do for her?
Well, the one that we did before was my Sofia Vergara.
It's a good one.
And I feel like that's probably the best. What's her name again?
Her name is Shayla.
Shayla. I heard it was your birthday, Shayla, and I wanted to wish you the happiest birthday in the world!
That's not bad, actually. Pretty good. Mine is going to, of course, be Bernie Sanders.
Oh.
And so this is presidential candidate Bernie Sanders wishing you happy birthday, Shayla. I'd just like to say that, Shayla, happy birthday to you. It's good that you're young because things start to hurt the older you get. And, it's pretty much downhill from here. But happy birthday anyway. Feel the burn. There you go. So that's going to have to do it for that. Thank you very much there, DJ. You are a good big brother. Man, we finished our portion of the pledge drive there at wayfm.com. And thank you for the potties that chose to get involved today.
Yeah, we had one today. It was Daniel of Finer Detail in Winnipeg.
Nice. So, Winnipeg, like Canada?
Yeah, a Canadian Wally Show potty.
Now I got to take back everything I say about Canada.
Yeah, probably.
Canadians.
But I'm sure he's probably heard all of those things.
Yeah, but he's probably the only cool Canadian. So, no, that's awesome, man. How cool is that, man? We appreciate that. You supporting the ministry of Way FM and supporting this podcast, ultimately. And so we got some stuff to talk about that we would have talked about during the show. And Monday, again, we get back to normal shows. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
But I think we're all very excited about that. This has been a very long pledge drive with, a lot of ups and downs. And so it's good to get back to normal on Monday. So what you got there, Burker?
Well, first of all, someone took the time and did the math and found out that Donald Trump has insulted 202 people, places, and things since launching his presidential campaign.
That is awesome.
And the list, there's some obvious ones that you probably heard, like Whoopi Goldberg or the other candidates, but it also includes things like the state of New Jersey.
So?
Super Bowl 50.
Deserve it.
Major League Baseball.
Your point.
A podium in the Oval Office.
Had it coming. That is awesome. Like, yeah, he's so polarizing and like he's so he just snaps on things, which is great. I'm kind of like that. So that part I understand. But it is funny that somebody counted up all the things he hates. And it'd be funny to learn to see what he loves too. Like that's the difference. It's easy to know
Donald
what
Trump.
One.
Okay.
I think we're done.
Yeah. Because it's easy to know what someone hates a lot of times, but it's sometimes hard to know what they're passionate about. So I would love for somebody to sit down with him and go, all right, we know you don't like the podium in the Oval Office. We don't either. But like, what do you love? What are you passionate about besides yourself and money?
Yeah.
Like those two things, we take them off the table and maybe even take your wife off of the table too, because like those are the obvious things. So what do you love?
Large walls.
Yes. Yes. I'm a big fan of construction.
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. That's Donald Trump hating on some stuff. But there's some more Trump news, right?
Yeah. A weird endorsement is coming his way from Ben Carson.
Uh-oh.
That's a surprise.
That seems weird.
They're both they took the outsider position, they're
Right.
Washington outsiders.
Nice.
But yeah, that's surprising.
Yeah, especially from Ben Carson. I would have never thought that he would have gone that route and given his endorsement to Trump. I could have seen him doing Cruz or Rubio, but the Trump angle really surprises me unless he's hitching his wagon to somebody he thinks is going to win this thing. He endorses them, and he's playing the long game for VP.
Yeah, I think that could be, but I can't imagine Trump picking him for VP.
But there are so many other cabinet positions, right?
Right?
Would
Surgeon
be...
General. He's a surgeon, right?
That's true. Yeah.
I mean,
so there is a lot of that. You're absolutely right.
Exactly.
There's a lot of that.
But I feel like it hurts his brand a lot because his brand was I'm a Christian, I'm a very high moral character guy, and that's not what people are attaching to Donald Trump's name right now.
Yeah, whether or not Trump's a believer, I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
There are people that say that, but the things that, like you said, what people are attaching to him aren't those virtues.
It's just two very opposite brands in the public perception.
Yeah, I would be interested to see like how that shakes out. The other thing about that is with the vice president position with Trump, I would love to see Trump pick George. Do you know who George is?
No, George Bush?
No, George is the old guy who's his right-hand man in his company, and he's been on the Celebrity Apprentice a couple times with him. I absolutely love George. America would love George as the old vice president. He would be the best. I'm telling you, that's a ticket that could win this thing. He would get half of my vote. I would vote for George.
I could picture Donald picking his son.
Oh, that would be
Like
crazy.
it's a Trump ticket?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that could be better than a Trump ticket is a Trump ticket.
Yes, exactly.
Trumpet.
Oh, man. So, again, we're still just waiting and watching to see how this whole thing shakes out.
Yeah. There's a story of a guy who works for IHOP in New York and just got arrested. And so you're thinking, okay, so what is he doing at his place of work that would get him arrested? He has given away now about $3,000 worth of free drinks to customers. He calls himself a modern-day Robin Hood.
Yes, he is. Robbing from the rich IHOP to give to the poor. That is weird. So he's just not ringing their sodas up when he rings their ticket up?
Exactly. And so that obviously is theft to the company.
Yeah.
He didn't see it that way. He's just like, I'm the best person that works here ever.
Everyone loves me.
And my tips are going way up.
Exactly.
Because when you're giving something by, like, they bring up, hey, here's a free appetizer we're going to throw away.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're giving them a great tip.
Yeah. Anytime the server goes that little bit above and beyond like that for us, for sure you're like, you can't not tip them even extra for that. I could see him making a bunch of money, but now it's going to cost him because it is wrong ultimately.
Yeah. Now, he should work at Shake Shack. Is that where they encourage their employees to give out free things?
Yes.
As a way to make people happy.
Yeah.
And so, maybe he's at the wrong
What
restaurant.
was their mantra? It was like, you should do things to try to put us out of business.
Yeah.
So that's what he was doing. He is perfect Shake Shack material. He's just at the wrong place.
If you're generous with someone else's money, you're not generous.
Yeah,
You're a
that's
thief.
true. It is easy to be generous. That's like Robin Hood. Like this guy said, he's Robin Hood. So
here's a story, though, for my final story of true generosity. We talk about the drive-through difference all the time and about how, you pay for the car behind you, and a lot of times you see that chain reaction. Well, this is kind of like a drive-through difference, but really, really amped up, and it actually started at a grocery store around Christmas time. This woman was checking out when the man behind her couldn't find his wallet to pay for his groceries. So she's like, oh, here, I got you. Don't worry about it. And he's like, thank you so much. What's your name? And so she gives the man her name. And all that this man knows about her is her first name and that she was wearing a T-shirt for the company she worked at, which was Piedmont Healthcare. They work for people with cancer.
Okay.
And so flash forward to just last week, he ended up donating $10,000 to her company for cancer research in her name.
no way.
Yeah, to pay her back and to thank her for covering his groceries.
That's very cool. Yeah, that's the thing, man. You never know where, like, just being kind to somebody, that simple act of kindness, like, where that's going to lead. And in this case, it led to, more cancer research being done because she was just being cool in line at a grocery store. That's crazy.
What happens, though, if he finds out it's just a shirt she got at Goodwill?
Yes. That's funny. It was a job she was fired from for being like a horrible employee. That would be ironic. Oh, man. So I do love those kind of stories. It kind of gives you faith in humanity yet again. Real quick, Becca, I'm not going to be able to jump on this bandwagon with you. Like, you and I can talk about The Bachelor and we can talk about Survivor, like Zach watches that, or Amazing Race. But Dancing with the Stars, the new cast has been announced. Are you excited about this?
Not as excited as I have been in the past. I feel like there are fewer people that I even have heard of before.
Okay, like Marla Maples. You know her because of the political thing with Donald Trump.
Donald Trump's ex-wife.
Yeah. Misha Barton. I don't know who that is. Actress, maybe?
Yeah, I looked them up the other day, but now I can't remember.
Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown. Yeah, that ought to be fun.
Football players always do really well on that show.
Emmett Smith owned that thing, man. And and they always used to joke about football players taking ballet for more grace. Like Lynn Swann, that was one graceful receiver for the 49ers.
That's what Wally watches football for, the dancing.
He was very graceful. Yes, I was struck by his form.
Was he on the 49ers?
I believe so.
Okay. I mean, that was your era, so.
I think so. I think that. Double check me, but I think that's true.
I am.
Thank you.
That thing you never have to say to me.
Yep. Doug Flutie was the quarterback for somebody, and he is, because I don't know him. Miami?
Boston College, and then I think he's shuffled around.
Yeah, so he's actually on there. Wanya Morris from Boys to Men. But up. So I don't know that. He should, I mean, they've had like Joey Fatone on from NSYNC. There's no way that they shouldn't win this contest.
Right. Nick Carter from was on last season, and he was the runner-up.
Oh, really? He
Yeah.
didn't even win?
No, he lost to Bindi Irwin, actually.
No!
Yes.
Bindi won?
Yeah.
I saw episode 1 where she was on that, and I loved Bindi. I thought she was just a cutie, and like her dad, I thought he was cool. But I thought, okay, she'll be gone in a couple weeks. She won it?
She won it. She was really great.
Honest moment, did she deserve to win it?
Yes.
Or, okay, so she
100%.
was good.
She would dance until, like, they showed at one point her feet. They were covered in blisters, and like all her toenails had fallen off, and they were all
Ooh.
mangled. Like she practiced so hard every single day, and she was really good.
Yeah, dancer feet is not good.
No.
I have a friend of ours, their daughter's a dancer, and it's like they do toe on point on toe, and like their feet just get jacked because they're always in those tight little shoes, and by the end of it, you finish your dancing career, and it's amazing they can even walk.
Yeah.
And so she
It was
lost all her
gross.
toenails?
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's
that's
disgusting.
gross. An MMA fighter, don't look for him to be around very long, Paige Van Zandt, or for him to beat up as a competitor.
I think
Probably
that's
athletes,
a
though.
girl.
Oh, it's a girl? Yeah,
What
that
is the
makes
name?
sense. Paige, yeah. Oh, and she's dancing with Mark Ballas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Still. When you hear MMA fighter, maybe I'm just sexist. I just think of guys, but it's crazy that they have a girls MMA as well. Like that to me is just wrong on so many levels. Another football player, Broncos linebacker Von Miller is on there.
Yeah, there were a lot of football players this time. I was surprised.
Because NFL is the biggest thing in the country, and if you can like football's so big,
Yeah.
like you have to tap.
And it is their offseason.
By the way, Lynn Swann, Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. You said 49.
I said 49er.
Doug Flutie played for the New Jersey
Oh,
Generals.
Lynn Swann was on the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah.
He never played for the 49ers. I'll be darned. Oh, Jerry Rice was the 49ers.
Yes.
That's who I was thinking of.
Okay. So Doug Flutie, lots of years with the USFL, CFL, but played for the Bears, the Patriots, the Bills, the Chargers, and then the Patriots again.
Oh, wow. He floated around a lot.
Yes, he did.
A couple of the more bizarre ones that this guy's a kind of a novelty but won't be on there long. Geraldo Rivera.
Yeah, that was odd to me. I thought that was so funny.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's a character.
Okay, Gary Busey was one of my favorite dancers
Yes.
last season. Not because he was a good dancer, he was the worst one, but he just said the most random
Oh,
things.
he's
Dances on a
awesome.
cosmos of riddles.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that-
my favorite line.
Busey rules, but Geraldo Rivera can be a little off-putting, and it'll be interesting to see him trying to be debonair. Like, I could see him trying to do the waltz and be very
I could see
classy about
him
it.
trying to command his dance partner and tell them what to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's the thing, though. These dancers, they don't let their celebrity partners get away with it because
Yeah.
they're like, look, this is my court. I know what I'm doing. You need to follow along.
I
So-
saw Geraldo on the Celebrity Apprentice. He did that show as well, and he was kind of a jerk, man. Like he was condescending and rude to a bunch of people, and he didn't win it. But I was not a big fan of him there. Tootie from Facts of Life. Kim
Yes.
Fields is on there. She should be good, right? And I think probably, well, not our favorite, but Jodie Sweetin from Full House.
She's my second favorite, and I know you know who my first favorite
I
is
know
this
your
season.
first favorite is going to be Ginger,
Ginger
Z.
Z!
Yay! Ginger Z from Good Morning America.
That's
Yeah.
product placement for ABC.
Oh,
Yes.
totally, 100%. That's what
Sorry
they
to
always
call
have
you a
The
product,
Bachelor
Ginger.
on.
That's insensitive.
Yeah, but that's exactly what's happening. They got to have an ABC person in there.
I like her a lot, though.
I
Like,
do too.
She just seems, I don't even know. It's just someone I'd want to hang out with.
And she just had a baby recently,
Yeah.
so this is good for her to lose that baby weight and get back into shape. So that's good,
But if
right?
you were picking someone from Good Morning America, would you
He's looking for a reaction.
right?
pick would you pick her or George Stephanopoulos though?
Oh,
If you were having to pick someone from GMA,
For person I liked her for more entertainment
Better
value.
television.
Oh, okay, that George Stephanopoulos.
There
for
is
sure.
nobody more uptight than George Stephanopoulos. He looks like he never is having any fun, while everyone else on that show is.
and he's married to a comedian.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing.
That is bizarre. They did a sketch a while back, I think, with the Oscars where they all played different roles in movies, and George didn't even do his own. Like, he had like
Yes.
a body double for it. You
Yeah.
can't even like goof around.
Yeah, hey Captain No Fun, how you doing? Yeah, it's just unbelievable. And then I guess that's pretty much it. Lynn Goodman will be back at the judges
Yeah,
table
I'm
and
excited
carry
about
in
that.
a nod, but no Bruno.
Bruno?
Bruno is
What?
taking. And Bruno. Julianne Hough is taking the
Julianne
season
Hough
off.
is, yeah. I'm happy about that.
I was upset. I thought they were going to not have Bruno. I'm like, Bruno makes that
would
show
ruin the show.
for sure.
No, I'm glad it's back to the original judges. Like, I like Julianne, but she was way too aggressive with her paddle.
Oh, was she really?
Yes, and I know that shouldn't bother me, but it
does.
really did.
Oh, you mean not even her score, but how she flicked it up?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Will Erin Andrews still be hosting?
I
Or, like,
believe so.
Because she just got $55 million.
Speaking of that, I actually found out that they expect her only to get about 18% of that.
Because of her lawyers?
Because of the lawyers. Let me see. Take into account an appeal by the Marriott, legal fees and taxes. They're saying that she'll come out with about 18% of that $55 million.
Man, that's why you sue for so much, so you can get a little bit.
That's it.
We should start a GoFundMe for her.
Totally.
Yes,
to make up for the difference.
She needs that. And finally here, before we get out of here, Zach finally was the one guy that saw Star Wars recently, because it's up for like an MTV Movie Award. But you saw the new Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Did you like it?
I did a lot.
You did?
Yeah, I thought it was entertaining. I want to see it again. I felt like there was so much. I felt like I missed some. We waited and waited, and I was like, all right, now we can go and we can take Anna, our baby, because there's not going to be anyone in the theater at this point. Like, it's already out of a lot of theaters.
It should have already been at Redbox.
We're like, it's going to be empty. And we walk in, there were 50 people already.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe and they were probably all dressed up and they've seen it 50 times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, this is just what we do on Tuesdays, guys.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to be all sad when this thing goes to video and we're not going to be able to do this anymore. But you actually finally saw it. So I've seen it. Becca's seen it. You've seen it. I don't know if Betty's seen it or not.
I don't think she
it would
does not
surprise me if
care.
she saw it.
She's waiting for it to come out in black and white.
Yes. All right. Well, that's going to have to do it for the podcast today. And as always, thank you for being a potty. And thank you for those of you who have supported the ministry of Way FM. And we are back to normal on Monday. Yay! That's going to do it for today, though.